Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the REV'IT Stewart Air Jacket available at RevZilla.com. So what we're seeing for the spring of 2017 is a continuation of the post-heritage line from REV'IT. Now, about 3 years ago, we saw them introduce jackets like the Red Hook, the Flatbush, as well as the Roamer to give you more of a lifestyle piece in a classic-looking leather jacket. And now we're going to see them continue to expand upon that line. So the Stewart Air on my left-hand side is really going to be a 2 to 3 season warm weather option. What you're getting is full perforation throughout the body to maximize airflow for the warmer months, and there will be a full sleeve thermal liner which will allow you to push it a little bit further into the cooler months of the year. So think spring, summer, and fall with the Stewart Air. Now, before we go into the overall construction of the jacket, let's break down sizing. Juice on my left-hand side, he stands at 5'10", weighs in at 195 pounds, 42-inch chest. We have him in a size 50. If we were to use REV'IT's size chart, he would actually be in a size 52. So we've sized him down one full size. We recommend that you do the same. The cut on this is going to be more of a generous American cut, and this is a direction that we've really seen kind of REV'IT pushing into over the past year or so. Now there's going to be one color available, and that is the black version that Juice is wearing on my left-hand side. So if you're not familiar with REV'IT, this is a premium European brand that we have seen at RevZilla, and they have been just a leader as far as, really the products that we love to see new iterations from every year. I've been using REV'IT for 10 years. My first REV'IT jacket was an RS2, and if you've watched any of the more recent bike reviews, I have a Red Hook jacket that I've been using for the past 2 years, and it keeps popping up in a lot of the different bike reviews that we do because it's really become my go-to jacket. When we're breaking down the Stewart Air, the one thing that you're going to see that's going to be a little bit different from the jackets that we've seen in that post-heritage line so far is they've changed the construction. We're now getting a pull-up buffalo leather with the Stewart Air, and we're getting perforation to allow for mass amounts of airflow for the warmer months. Now the Stewart Air is going to come in around that $450 price point, which is really right in line with what we'd expect with other pieces in that post-heritage line from REV'IT. Now, if you want to take a different look, different style, you can check out some of those other options. Check out the Red Hook, check out the Roamer, check out the Flatbush, check out some of those other jackets that are sitting in this line. They're all going to give you the same quality, but really what you're getting is just different style touches to each of those pieces. So starting with the top, let's work our way through. Like I said, really the main difference is in the construction of the leather when we're looking at the Stewart Air. This is going to be that pull-up buffalo leather, and just out of the box, it's going to already look broken in. The jacket looks like it's been worn for 5 or 10 years already. It just has a really good soft, supple feel to it, and it's really the dyeing process that they used for this buffalo leather. And the one thing I will say is traditionally in the past when I've seen buffalo leather, it has almost a cheap feel to it, and this is the first time where I've really seen buffalo leather, and it mimics a lot of what we've seen from cowhide as far as a look standpoint, but it's got a much softer, more supple feel. So along the collar, single band collar, snap at the top. You do have neoprene working its way down for an added pop of comfort, and then you're going to have quilting at the shoulders just to give it accent stitching for a different look. You will see that in this jacket, they've changed the armor. So my original Red Hook has the older style armor. What we've gone to with these new jackets is going to be the C-Smart armor, and it's going to be the new style C-Smart. So what I have in my back pocket is 2 different styles. This is going to be the older style C-Smart, and you can see it's going to be a flat, very flexible, very comfortable CE1 rated armor, but it doesn't contour to the body. It doesn't hold its shape, so it becomes a little bit bulky under the jacket. They've done away with that. What they have now is they've got a new C-Smart armor, which actually has a contoured line to it, so it fits much more in line with the natural shape of your shoulders as well as your elbows, and it's going to be very soft, very flexible, very thin, so you almost feel like you have no armor in this at all, and it's still going to give you CE rated protection. But you can see it's very flexible. It moves with you, so you don't feel like you have big bulky armor underneath the jacket, and especially because what we're seeing in this post-heritage line is more of a lifestyle piece. This is going to be a jacket that's going to look great on the motorcycle, give you protection in the motorcycle, but it's also a jacket you could wear into your favorite local pub or coffee house, and you're not going to feel like you're wearing something big and bulky. Working our way down the arm, Juice, I'm going to hold your arm up for a second. I'm just going to rotate it in just a hair there. You do have a zip entry with a single snap on the outside, and it's going to be a split cuff design, so you have no gusset there. And you will notice that that full sleeve quilted liner will have a color-coded snap so you can use that to hold it into place as you've put the liner into the jacket if you are using the liner. Now, closing that back up, you are going to see very clean lines, minimal branding, dual hand warmer pockets on either side, but you're not having any chest pockets on the Stewart Air. Juice sideways, arm in the rider position for me. Slight pre-curve to the sleeve. So the one thing I will note with this, it does work very well in more of a tuck position, more of a cafe position. If you are going to be using this to reach up to some ape hangers on a chopper, probably not the best option for you with that contour to the sleeve. Just something to note there. Working your way down, you can see that mass amount of perforation. Now, if this were a race jacket from REV'IT, if this were something that you were taking to the track, I would probably ding them for running that perforation all the way to the seams on this. But because this is more of a lifestyle piece, not a track-oriented piece, I don't think it's as much of a concern. You will notice that you have triple safety stitching working all the way down the outermost seam. This is something that we've seen from REV'IT to make sure that that outer seam, which is potentially going to be in the impact zone, doesn't shred open in the event of a crash. Working your way down, you will have a dual snap adjuster at the waist so you can fine tune this, and it's set about 1.5 inches apart in snap so you can get about 1.5 inches refinement, 3 inches total if you want to slim it down around your waist. Juice, backwards for me, my friend. You can see that neoprene works its way completely around the collar, about a 2-inch collar on the back, and then just clean lines throughout. There will be an 8-inch connection zipper as well as 2 different belt loops. You'll have a belt loop on either side to connect to your jeans, so if you are more of that full tuck position, you don't have to worry about where the pants end and the jacket begins. And if you are using this with a pair of riding pants, you do have that 8-inch connection zipper you can zip together. Now, no back protector is standard on this, and as always, we recommend that the first piece of protection you throw into your jacket is a back protector. The C-Soft back protector will fit in here and will give you CE level 2 protection. Juice, what I want you to do is just face me at this point in time. So we talked about minimal branding with this post-heritage line. The only piece of branding you're going to see on the Stewart Air is just a very small embossed patch of leather with the REV'IT logo on the left-hand side. So you have asymmetry coming into play. That logo is only on the left-hand side, and again, very minimal, so you really just get what looks to be a classic leather jacket. Juice, you may face forward. I'm going to have you on-snap, on-zip. Now the zips on this are going to be a newly designed proprietary REV'IT zipper. They will have the REV'IT logo embossed into the zipper pull itself. And as you take a look at the inside, you will have a Napoleon pocket on the left-hand side, and you are going to have that zip-out thermal liner with this. And Juice, do me one favor and just open the right side for me. Just hold this side open instead. You will have a stash pocket inside the liner, and then you will notice that you do have those belt loops down below with that 8-inch connection zipper in the back. So you can fix this around your belt and make sure that that's going to stay in place for you. Juice, you may zip up. So for those of you out there that are looking for a REV'IT jacket, but you want to, stay away from that, racer style, you want something a little bit more, urban inspired, you want something a little more classic inspired, but you do want to tackle the warmer months of the year, the Stewart Air in their post-heritage line is one to consider. Now, there's a lot of riders out there utilizing REV'IT gear, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting REV'IT jackets through their paces. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which jacket is going to be right for you and your style of riding, give me a shout at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot us an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the REV'IT Stewart Air Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.